From the pyramids in Egypt to the Brazilian rainforest to the sidewalk cafes in Paris, every nation on Earth has something to offer travelers from around the world. But which nations get the most tourists overall? Welcome to Primo Traveller. Delightful discoveries await. Before we show you the 10 most visited countries in the world, please like and consider subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to activate the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our latest videos. In light of the severe impact that the COVID-19 pandemic has had on the tourism sector from 2020, the ranking of this video is from the 2019 pre-pandemic time. The data is backed by the World Tourism Barometer publication of the United Nations World Tourism Organization, the UNWTO. Let's dive right in. Number 10, United Kingdom. The UK hosted 39.4 million tourists in its towns and cities in 2020. Big Ben, Westminster Abbey, the changing of the guard at Buckingham Palace, and the British Museum, which has the biggest collection of Egyptian artifacts outside of Cairo, are just a few of the attractions in London, the capital of England, that draw tourists. Beyond London, England is home to the enigmatic Stonehenge, Liverpool, the birthplace of the Beatles, the charming Cotswolds, the Eden Project's futuristic botanical gardens, and more. If you're done with exploring the country's top attractions, go ahead and fill your stomach with fish and chips, shepherd's pie, or maybe even some kidney pudding. Don't let the name scare you. And seriously, take it from yours truly, I've had fish and chips in London. It is amazing. Better than anywhere else in the world. Number 9, Germany. Germany may be associated with a terrible tragedy, but it is also the cradle of brilliant minds, innovative thinkers, and creative visionaries who helped usher in the modern era. Germans are well known for their beer, German beer, sausages, and beautiful castles. In 2020, the nation hosted about 39.6 million visitors. You can trace the cultural footprint of the nation from tall museums and auto manufacturers to modern structures, like Frank Gehry and Daniel Libeskind. You can see the swaying route into rural Germany by casting your eyes beyond the Romanesque and Baroque structures of Berlin, Munich, and Hamburg. The valleys spread out into massive vineyards and majestic woodlands as they aim for the frigid Alps and northern dunes. Experiment with your eyes and mouth to taste the regional diversity of Germany, as cuisines like Rouladen and Sauerbraten will leave you wanting more. Number 8, Thailand. Thailand has always been a sought-after travel destination because of its fine sand beaches, delectable cuisine, and warm climate. In 2020, this country accumulated 39.8 million visitors. You can meander through the spectacular grounds of glittering temples and exquisite shrines while walking over the roots of ancient banyan trees, through Buddhas with green frames and other flower gifts. Nature is never far away. Large caverns, spectacular waterfalls, breathtaking rice terraces, and swaying hills may be found in Thailand's rural interior. Despite the chaotic city life and tranquil farming, travelers flock to Thailand for its vibrant coast. Its coastline is dotted with almost 1,000 islands, and its calm waters are home to coral reefs and whale sharks. Displayed are also Thailand's best cuisines, like Goong Ab Unsin, and I apologize, my Thai isn't the best, which is rice vermicelli with large prawns in a heavy casserole, and Pla Nueng Manao, which are steamed sea bass in lime sauce and chilies. Number 7, Mexico. Mexico is a hot, sultry place where life is seldom contained, with 45.0 million tourists visiting in 2020. The locals are empathic hosts with a passionate sense of national pride, and they are fiesta-loving and are thoughtful in solitude. The architectural marvels of the Teotihuacan pyramids, Maya temples, and colonial towns, as well as the magnificent art that gave rise to artists like Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera, were made possible by this pride and expressiveness. Dance and street art have also gained prominence as a result of underground artistic movements. In addition to the city's inexhaustible cultural richness, there are also stunning jungles, volcanoes, deserts, and coastlines. Adventures for divers and hikers alike can be found in Mexico's unending natural beauty. To take advantage of everything, we recommend the popular traditional breakfast dish, chilaquiles, and of course, some tacos al pastor. Number 6. Let's talk about Turkey. With the alluring thrum of busy towns in the background, sultry Turkey smolders with desert heat and sun-beaten ruins. In 2020, this magnificent country was visited by 51 million visitors. Following its conquest by the Romans, the Byzantines, and the Ottomans, Turkey travels from furious Istanbul to the enticing Mediterranean coast to tell its tale. A few of its lyrical rural retreats include the Kakkar Mountains, Patara Beach, and Lake Egirdir. Other magnificent sceneries include protruding rock formations, dazzling lakes, and olive groves. Discover these environments by canyoning, kayaking, paragliding, hiking, and other more daring activities. They are lessons in the physical and cultural, and they help Turkey rank among the most popular tourist destinations in the world. Turkey's gastronomic delights derive from both inland and coastal sources. As if that weren't appealing enough, you can also enjoy spiced kebabs and sweet baklava, which, I mean, come on, that sounds fantastic, that barely skim the trove of local eats. Number 5. Italy. When we think of Italy, the 5th most visited country in the world, and with 65 million visitors, the arts come to mind. Byzantine structures, the frescoes of Padua, Michelangelo's David, and the best of Da Vinci's masterpieces all come to mind. Heritage sites, which include churches, manors, archaeological sites, and ruins from later Roman and other civilizations, are the norm rather than the exception. Italy is home to some of the top fashion minds. Thus, attention to aesthetics extends in the little things as well. There is enormous geological diversity on the more natural spectrum. Italy is awash in blues and greens, from the frigid Alps to azure coral reefs. Nature is abundant, and culinary delights are to die for. Seriously, enjoy the delicate crust and powdered dough of pizzas while stuffing your face with ricotta and oysters, and finishing it off with strong wines. That sounds incredible. You don't want to miss the Italian wine, seriously. And sound off in the comments below, do you think French wine or Italian wine is better? Ooh, contentious. Number 4, China. China's size and breadth of life are impossible to capture. And it is this irresistible characteristic that draws people in again and time again. Just let these 66 million visitors be the evidence of that. Alongside rapidly developing cities are decaying villages. The time-worn Great Wall is unpolished next to the vibrant colors of Buddhist temples, which is wild, by the way. And water towns are a far cry from the desert-brushed edges of the rural sprawl. Make time for China's breathtaking scenery. Once you've had your fill of contemporary shopping centers and museums stuffed with artifacts, choose between the meandering rivers of Yangshuo, the urban jungle of Hong Kong, the eerie deserts of Mongolia, or the floral crown of Qinghai Lake. Consider eating the famous Peking roasted duck, or the simmering soup in a hot pot. Number 3. The United States. Due to its sprawl and metropolises and small-town charms, America has always been a well-liked tourism destination. A round-down figure of 79.3 million tourists visited the country in 2020. America's limitless highways are a siren's draw, especially with the trend towards city hopping and road tripping in travel patterns. Cities of transients such as New York City, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Chicago, and Boston are dynamic urban areas bursting with many cultures and cuisines. Then there is the musical Austin, the free-spirited Portland, and in addition, there are miles of beautiful jungles and country lanes, as well as the Grand Canyon's calm heat, which, trust me, is actually really hot but also awesome. But if you're not a nightlife person, consider heading to San Francisco, with its dynamic coastal waves, and Miami, which entertains with turquoise beaches. When we think of American classics, our minds immediately turn to the familiar favorites we enjoyed as children: hot dogs, fried chicken, and chocolate chip cookies. Why not taste it where it originated? Number 2, Spain. In Spain, a nation built for the good life, passion erupts, which is what the 84 million tourists were looking for. Perhaps this explains why Spain is the second most visited country in the world. Explore Spain's timeless landscapes on an epic road trip that loops from Barcelona to Madrid. The views pass by like a photographer's reel. Before departing for the enigmatic Alhambra in Granada or the flamenco palaces of Sevilla, otherwise known as Seville, where I have visited, by the way, it's awesome, congregate around Barcelona's Gothic quarter and peruse the experimental works of Gaudí. Visit the sandy areas of Menorca, the Picos de Europa peaks, the snow-capped Sierra Nevada, which is colder than you would think. I know people think Spain is hot, but the mountains are pretty cool. Or you can visit any other place where nature changes with the seasons. Additionally, the northern cities of Bilbao and San Sebastian provide mouth-watering pinchos and paella valenciana to satisfy your appetite. Don't miss out on Spain, seriously. Number 1, France. With a record-breaking 90 million visits, France is the country that receives the most tourists worldwide. France wears its culture in both famous sites and everyday settings, patched together with picturesque villages and romantic cities. The country's noble castles, villas, and cathedrals pull off gaudy decor with a nonchalance, owing to its long centuries of royal past. Few have the guts to gild everything in gold. A refined kind of luxury is presented by the markets held on village squares, the cafe terraces, and the daily routine of a coffee and croissant. Don't forget about the outdoors either. City inhabitants seek Corsica's poetic woodlands and the balmy waters of the French Riviera as getaways. Indulge yourself in French cuisine, like beef bourguignon, and maybe some silky decadent dessert, like the crème à caramel. And let me tell you from experience, French food is best in France. And it's really, really good. And French wine is mind-blowing, seriously. It's not only pretty inexpensive, it's really, really good, especially for the price. It's also super abundant. Anyway, with that being said, it's time to wrap up. And it's also time to start planning that long overdue vacation, don't you think? Which destinations are you planning to go to on your next trip? Is it on this list? Let me know in the comments below. Also, check out this other video from Primo Traveller, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of our 10 Prime picks. And let Primo Traveller be your guide to premier destinations around the world.